Welcome to my morning report and analysis videos with me, Richard Perry, market analyst at Hantec Markets on Tuesday the 9th of April. There is a very slight air of dollar correction that we're beginning to see coming through the markets. Nothing too significant yet, but it is undoubted that what you've got today is the dollar underperforming across the majors. And you can see this coming through on dollar index, where you've got this recovery in dollar index which is seemingly topped out, and if it starts to sort of move decisively below that 97 mark, 96.90 I suppose you could argue, but 97, then I think that we could start to see this dollar rally rolling over. And it's fairly much of a feature actually of 2019 trading on the dollar, where you see these sort of 2-week moves higher and lower on the dollar consistently. And we've had a couple of weeks of rally now since that move higher began a couple of weeks ago, and could start to be a rolling over situation. So you've got this coming as Treasury yields just begin to sort of dissipate in their recovery. Slightly bit of a consolidation move going on there, and yeah, just generally speaking, it's a little bit of a cautious move actually on the dollar, and also that's coming through on equity markets. We've seen these European equities just rolling over a touch. Is it coming through on Wall Street? Well, the S&P 500 still seems to be fairly positive, but futures are slightly lower today. And it is interesting that we're still getting this oil price move higher. That is another key feature of these markets at the moment. The fact that the oil price just continues to climb ever higher. You've got again supply issues coming through. You've got the sanctions between Iran, over US sanctions on Iran and also in Venezuela, but also you're now getting internal conflict within Libya as well, which could constrict some supply there. So you're seeing the oil price breaking higher. And that obviously is helpful for equity markets, or equity markets with exposure to oil, shall we say that. But at the moment we're very slightly corrective on these European markets, but nothing really significant in terms of direction quite yet. Now, in terms of data points today, not a great deal. We've got the JOLTS this afternoon at 3 o'clock. US JOLTS jobs openings at 3 o'clock. And it's expected to, where is it? Sorry, all the way up here. Just very basically in line with last month. But also we've got more talks on trade between the US and China, more discussions between the leaders on Brexit, between, well, this time Mrs May is actually meeting Angela Merkel and Macron of France to discuss the potential for extending Article 50. And it seems to be that is going to be an issue that we face on Wednesday with the EU Council meeting, so watch out for that. But generally speaking, a little bit quiet, but very slight dollar corrective move today. Now, on my chart today, Euro Swissy. I've seen a big turnaround actually in the last week or so, as I think the euro started to find its feet again. A little bit of a sign of recovery against the dollar, and actually against other forex majors as well, including the Swiss franc, whereby we've seen this move up from 1160 to 1180, which is an old key support holding, and it's unwinding this sort of sell-off that we saw late March. And I think that would suggest, I think we could even see a rally back towards this old support 1310 area that we saw in February, March. If it's seen unwind towards that, you can look at the momentum indicators. You've got the MACD lines crossing high, you've got the stochastics having crossed high, RSI into the high 40s. These are all, I think, with upside potential as well. RSI tends to get towards 60 in the rally situation, so we could see some upside potential back towards that old support there between February and March lows. So I think that's where we're sitting, and you've got a little bit of an uptrend developing here, whereby that uptrend currently comes in around 1220. So you've got yesterday's low at 1210, and then as I said, that uptrend at 1220. It seems as though that around 40 to 50 on the hourly RSI is an area where the bulls tend to sort of return again, and also around neutral on the MACD line. So any sort of unwinding move is a chance to buy. Now, I noticed just now 1257. 1, 2, key lows in January, and then subsequently 2 highs of the last 2 sessions. So a breakout above 1260, I think, really does get you back on course for that old support again of 1310 area. So I wish you good luck in your trading today, and I will speak to you again later.